Marrying her was what you needed. To leave the past behind. To no longer feel the need to forswear women.
It looks like Bridgerton isn't slowing down anytime soon, because Netflix has officially renewed the series for both seasons 5 and 6. That means 2 more rounds of romance, drama, scandal, and ballroom flair are coming our way. But what's really getting fans talking is who will take the spotlight next. Since season 4 will finally focus on Benedict Bridgerton's love story after he was skipped over for Colin and Penelope's season, there's a lot of speculation that season 5 might finally give Eloise Bridgerton her well-deserved moment. Unless, of course, the show decides to shuffle the order again, something it's not shy about doing. In Julia Quinn's original book series, the Bridgerton saga follows the siblings in both age and alphabetical order. It starts with Daphne, then moves through Anthony, Benedict, Colin, and so on. But Bridgerton, the show, has already proven it's not afraid to bend the rules. Instead of sticking to the book order, Season 3 jumped ahead to tell Colin and Penelope's story. It made sense, though, because their relationship had been building since Season 1, and with Penelope's double life as Lady Whistledown becoming such a key part of the plot, it was the perfect time to focus on them. Now that Benedict's long-awaited Cinderella-style romance is finally coming in Season 4, it feels like the perfect opportunity for Bridgerton to return to the original book order. And if that's the case, then Season 5 should belong to none other than Eloise Bridgerton. She's been one of the show's standout characters since the very beginning, and honestly, she's more than earned her own season. Eloise has always been one of the most interesting and complex members of the Bridgerton family. She's quick-witted, rebellious, and endlessly curious about the world around her. Unlike her siblings, she's never been particularly interested in marriage or society's expectations. She'd rather question them than conform to them. That independent streak makes her feel refreshingly modern, even in a Regency-era setting. But at the same time, it's what makes her character so relatable. She's constantly torn between wanting freedom and feeling the weight of family duty. Even though she spent much of the series pushing back against the idea of love and marriage, Eloise has grown a lot since the first season. Her friendship with Penelope has gone through some serious ups and downs, especially after finding out that Penelope was secretly Lady Whistledown all along. That betrayal hurt, but it also gave Eloise a chance to grow beyond her obsession with uncovering secrets and start thinking more about her own life. By the end of Season 3, she seemed ready for a fresh start, which is why her decision to travel to Scotland with Francesca felt like the beginning of something new. If the series follows the book To Sir Philip with Love, then Eloise's story in Season 5 will pick up from there. In the novel, she starts to realize that despite her strong sense of independence, she's also lonely. Watching all her siblings fall in love and build families leaves her wondering if maybe there's someone out there who could love her for who she truly is, not the version society expects her to be. It's a more introspective and emotional journey than most of her sibling stories, and that's exactly why it could be one of Bridgerton's most moving seasons yet. The setup for Eloise's next chapter is already in motion. By leaving London and escaping the pressures of the social season, she has the space to think for herself and maybe even meet someone unexpected. Her time in Scotland could be where she crosses paths with her future love interest, just as her siblings met their partners in surprising circumstances. And because Bridgerton has a knack for weaving together family dynamics and romance, we'll probably see her story unfold alongside updates on Francesca and her husband John Sterling, and maybe even Benedict and Sophie once their season's love story is complete. Still, there's a possibility the show might take a different path once again. Francesca's story got a surprising amount of attention in Season 3, with her quiet and emotional romance with John taking up more screen time than expected. Fans of the books will know that Francesca's story doesn't end there. Her journey in When He Was Wicked is one of the most emotional in the series, and the introduction of Michaela Sterling, a gender-swapped version of the book's Michael Sterling, hints that her future storylines will explore love and loss in powerful ways. So it's possible the showrunners could choose to continue Francesca's story in Season 5 before moving on to Eloise later. That wouldn't be the first time Bridgerton changed the order to suit its storytelling. The show has always prioritized emotional continuity over strict book accuracy. But if they do postpone Eloise's story, they'll need to handle her character carefully. She's already one of the show's most beloved figures, and audiences have been waiting patiently to see her fall in love in a way that feels true to her independent spirit. The show will need to build a believable foundation for her romance, whether it's with Philip Crane, as in the books, or with a completely new character. If they do go with Philip, that storyline will require some serious reworking. In the series, Philip was married to Marina Thompson, who has a complicated and tragic history with the Bridgerton family. Eloise becoming involved with him after Marina's death would need careful handling to make it feel authentic rather than forced. Rushing that storyline would do a disservice to both characters, especially considering how thoughtful Bridgerton has been with its emotional arc so far. So, if the creative team decides to delay Eloise's season to give that relationship time to breathe, it might actually be the best move for the show long term. That said, if Bridgerton really wanted to end the series on a high note, saving Eloise's story for the final season could be the perfect way to do it. If Season 6 ends up being the show's last, then making it about Eloise would be a fitting and emotionally satisfying choice. She's the sibling who's questioned love the most, so watching her be the one to fall for someone unexpectedly, and in her own way, would bring the series full circle. It would be a beautiful way to close out the saga that started with Daphne's traditional romance and ends with Eloise's unconventional one. For now, though, all eyes are on Season 4, which is set to follow Benedict's long-awaited story. Netflix has confirmed that Season 4 will premiere in 2 parts, with Part 1 dropping on January 29, 2026, and Part 2 following on February 26th. The story will follow Benedict as he falls for a mysterious woman, Sophie, at his mother's masquerade ball. The twist? He has no idea who she really is, or even if she belongs to high society at all. It's Bridgerton's own take on the Cinderella tale, full of romance, masks, and hidden identities. The upcoming season will be based on Julia Quinn's An Offer from a Gentleman, and it's expected to bring a mix of magic, longing, and passion to Benedict's story. Sophie's background as the illegitimate daughter of an earl who's forced into servitude makes her the show's most underdog heroine yet. That contrast between her humble circumstances and Benedict's privileged world adds a new layer to the series, exploring class differences and power imbalances more directly than ever before. There's also a refreshing visual change coming to Season 4. Showrunner Jess Brownell revealed that this time, the story won't be confined to London's spring season. Instead, it will unfold across different times of the year, including autumn, giving the show a richer, warmer color palette and a more grounded tone. That means we'll see the Bridgerton world in a whole new light, literally. And of course, we'll still catch up with the rest of the Bridgerton family. Colin and Penelope will be adjusting to married life. Kate and Anthony may be raising their first child, and Francesca will continue her journey in Scotland with John and Michaela. Eloise will also be there, likely reflecting on her next steps in life. The returning cast includes Ruth Gemmell as Violet Bridgerton, Golda Rochevelle as Queen Charlotte, and Adjoa Andoh as Lady Danbury, along with several familiar faces like Gregory, Hyacinth, and Brimsley. New characters will join the mix too, including Katie Lung as Lady Araminta Gunn, Sophie's scheming stepmother, and Michelle Mao and Isabella Way as her stepsisters Rosamund and Posey. Their arrival promises more family drama and tension that perfectly fits Bridgerton's signature blend of scandal and romance. So, while Season 4 is all about Benedict finding his Cinderella, Season 5 might just be Eloise's turn to find her own kind of love, one that fits her sharp mind and independent heart. Whether Netflix sticks to the books or mixes things up again, one thing's certain, Eloise's story is coming, and it's bound to be worth the wait. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.